Hi, thank you for joining me today. In this video, as with the ones previous to this, I will present you with a paragraph, and embedded within this paragraph, which I will also read aloud to you, are multiple errors related to grammar, syntax, punctuation, and the like. They may contain all of those elements, and of course they may only contain a few of those elements. Once I've read it aloud to you, I will ask you to pause the video, reread it yourself, or of course go back and listen to me read it aloud as you follow along. Make any and all corrections that you feel you're able to identify in a notebook or a resource of some kind. And when you're ready, please resume the video, from which point we will correct it together, and of course determine if your corrections align with my own. If you have a challenge to something I've said or done, in terms of the corrections, or perhaps I missed an augmentation of some kind that I could have beefed it up, if that's our effort right now, feel free to leave it in the comments section below. But apart from that, I'm going to go ahead and get started. I will read the paragraph aloud to you. I've got multiple monitors, so I'll be looking everywhere. All right. The directions seem simple today, but people didn't know about vitamins a long time ago. People only knew that sailors began to die of this terrible disease on long sea journeys. James Cook, a famous British navigator, was the first sea captain to prevent scurvy in his men. Born in 1728, Cook were the first European to explore Hawaii and other parts of the South Pacific Ocean. He sailed to Tahiti, New Zealand, and Australia. Okie doke. Again, hopefully that wasn't too fast. Pause the video, reread it yourself, and make those corrections. Resume when ready. Okay, I think we're ready to correct the sentences together, so let's go ahead and start at the beginning, as we always should. All right, the directions seem simple today, but people didn't know about vitamins a long time ago. And you'll notice that I paused right before the conjunction but. But is used to link one clause with another, and in this case, when it's linking it, it's good to introduce that pause point, just preceding the conjunction. I want to say contraction, but it's a conjunction. Okie doke. But people didn't know about vitamins a long time ago. And now here you have an actual contraction. And a reminder is that of what a contraction is it's the bringing together of two words, and you're merging them using, or linking them using, what's called an apostrophe. So didn't is actually the joining of the word did plus not. But again, in this case, it's missing an apostrophe, so it's just a non-word. To correct that, what I'm going to, let's see if I can flip over to my eraser. Perfect. Let's go ahead and add the apostrophe between the N and the T. It replaces the letter O in the word not. So people didn't know about vitamins, which is a general noun. I'm not sure why it's capitalized here. It's not a proper noun. So I'm just going to go ahead and make it lowercase. A long time ago. All right, next clause. People, which starts with a lowercase. I'm going to correct that by capitalizing it. Only knew that sailors began to die of this terrible disease on long sea journeys. Now, just a quick reminder, the infinitive, so journey, right? So the non-conjugated version of the word is N-E-Y, which is a vowel and a consonant. And for words ending in a vowel and consonant, so we're looking at those final two letters, when you want to make it plural, you just add the suffix S. So in this case, let me go ahead and erase that. Since that's the spelling of it, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the suffix that's attached to it currently, if I can get my tool to work, there we go, and replace it with E-Y-S, right? So it's infinitive, but I'm just appending an S to it. Okay. James Cook, which is a name, it's what's called a proper noun, requiring, not only because it's the beginning of a sentence, but requiring a capital for both. You've got his first and last name, sometimes called a surname. James Cook, a famous British navigator, was the first sea captain to prevent scurvy in his men. And notice how there's this additional element, or this additional piece that tells you more or augments your understanding of the subject further, which is James Cook. So James Cook, when we have those, we want to, when they're inserted, you separate them from the rest of the clause using commas. Okie doke. So James Cook, comma, a famous British navigator, and that's the end of the additional piece, was the first sea captain to prevent scurvy in his men. All right. Born in 1728, Cook were the first European to explore Hawaii. Were, I would say, should be replaced with the different form, which is was. So was the first European, which is a proper noun, refers to the continent of Europe, and I'm going to go ahead and capitalize it since it's a proper noun, to explore Hawaii. It's also the name of an island, so I'm going to capitalize it, proper noun, and other parts of the South Pacific Ocean. This is a region, it's the name of a region, proper noun, capitalize, period. Because it ends that thought and segues pretty roughly into the next one. So we're going to add the period before we start a new clause. So he, which means we need to capitalize that pronoun, it's the beginning of the sentence, sailed to Tahiti, a name of a country, New Zealand, another name of a country, and of course, Australia. But notice here that I'm listing or I'm producing what's called a series. And anytime you have a series of 3 or more nouns or actions or whatever the case may be, you need to separate it using a comma. So he sailed to Tahiti, that's 1. New Zealand, that's 2. And Australia. We're done. We've made a statement. Statements in this case require a period. Okie dokie, I'm going to go ahead and stop my recording and hopefully this saved. Yes, it did. Perfect. All right. I, again, hope that you found this video helpful, which of course, if you did, I would encourage you to give it a like. If you haven't already, please subscribe. I'm really looking to push English language development for new learners and existing learners by providing these practice pieces and mini lessons in some cases related to grammar, syntax, and the like. All right. I hope to see you in the next one.